That's all. He does his job.
What do you say?
He says he will only deal with the colonel who just came to the port and not with a son of a bitch like you. Come down here.
No, Sergeant. I want to be free like a buzzard. I want to be free.
He's crazy.
Howdy folks, and welcome to the Spaghetti Theater. For the Spaghetti Theater review. Yes, that is a crispin on my head. Get your beanie little ass down here. Crispin number 3, everybody. You'll be sitting in on this one. Little pancake head ready? You just sit there and be good. Alright folks. This time I'm going to review another spaghetti western starring the great Terence Hill. With a little movie called A Genius, Two Partners, and a Dupe. Yep, that's the title. A movie that some countries try to pass off as a sequel to the movie My Name is Nobody, even though it technically isn't. However, it easily could be because Terence Hill plays the character exactly the same way. From his outfit, to his theme music, even his voiceover is the same, I'm pretty sure.
That's my name, Joe Thanks.
I'm impressed.
I think it could at least pass as a prequel, since My Name is Nobody really doesn't need a sequel. It's just fine on its own, being the best movie ever made. In my opinion, of course. So here it is. Always a hero, Terence Hill is a genius.
Majestic Mama Buzzard, like any lovely kid's mother.
Of course. In Patrick McGoohan as the bad guy, the dupe.
Young man, I know that the desert sun sometimes affects the brain.
Naturally, I don't think he can play anything else. It's a genius, two partners, and a dupe. Also known in some places as a genius, two friends, and an idiot. And in some other places, it was even passed off as another Trinity movie. As for the two partners, well, that's these two. Knock off Sonny and Jet. And prepare yourself for more wackiness, folks, because this is a comedy. And features one of the wackiest what the fuck scenes I've ever seen in one of these movies. So it all starts off at this outpost in the middle of the desert. And an interesting fact, this entire opening sequence was directed by Sergio Leone. It was the last Western that he had any part in directing. And you can tell, too. It does feel separate, but still a part of the rest of the movie's direction. It goes from serious to wacky Terence Hill comedy like that. So this fat idiot right here is ambushed by this guy right here.
God will punish you, Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll is his name. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll, folks. Jelly Roll, Jelly Roll, Jelly Roll. Now I want a jelly donut. So Jelly Roll has this idiot killed with arrows, so it looks like the Indians did it. But since this guy has been murdering Indians for years anyway...
Every Friday, they used to kill off 12 savages in memory of the 12 holy apostles.
I'm sure it was only a matter of time. Fuck him. He worked for a major named Cabot who wants to take this Indian-owned land away from them.
You've been chewing the fat with Major Cabot.
By slowly killing them off, since he believes there's money to be made out here. And of course to fuck over the Indians and wipe them out completely. But oh well, buddy, Jelly Roll got to you first. And again, you can tell that Leone directed this segment here, since he has to get the close-ups of the actor's face this disgustingly close. This is way more Jelly Roll than I ever needed to see. So cut to the opening credits, where we get to meet Terence Hill's character, and it officially becomes a wacky comedy, and sometimes serious. A little bit of both, just like My Name is Nobody. But yeah, Terence Hill's character, nobody. Pretty much, seriously. As he's dragged out of this stagecoach, still sleeping, and dropped in the middle of the street, where he continues to sleep. Yep, this is nobody. or Trinity. They're all the same. Let's be real, folks. Please. The score is being done by Ennio Morricone, of course, and it's pretty much a clone of the My Name Is Nobody score. So all these town folks just watch Terence Hill sleep in the middle of the street with all these chickens before finally waking up to his musical watch and introducing himself. And his name in this one?
That's my name, Joe Thanks.
I'm impressed.
Thanks. Yep, Joe Thanks.
Ain't that wacky, folks?
So the locals toy with Joe Thanks for a bit before he asks them where he can find a professional gunfighter.
I'm looking for a man who can shoot fast.
So they kindly point him in the direction of a man named Doc Foster over at the saloon.
But you might give Doc Foster a try.
Joe Thanks goes over there and finds him playing cards. And he's even about to win too, with this hand of 4 aces. That is until Joe Thanks interferes and ruins everything for him.
What happens in this game when a fella's got 4 cards alike?
With wackiness! Yeah! Doc Foster, by the way, is being played by actor KLAUS Kinski. You don't forget this actor when you see him in a movie. He has one of those faces. And he was a weirdo in real life, from what I hear. I first saw him in For a Few Dollars More, another spaghetti western. And I remember him from the times that he played Nosferatu. And of course the movie Fitzcarraldo. They even make this nobody joke.
He ain't somebody.
Nobody doll.
So yeah, Joe Thanks ruins this awesome hand for him, just to tick him off and push him into a gunfight.
4 aces, all 4 in the same hand. Never saw the like in all my born days. Not even when I cheated.
So Doc Foster goes for his gun, only whoop wacky! Joe Thanks wired it up so he could do this shit. You clever bastard, you.
All these nice folks are gathered around on account of they want to see a duel.
See, that's such a nobody thing to say. Also, I just have to say, Klaus Kinski's voiceover is goofball as all hell, isn't it? Even though he's playing it straight the whole time. Pretty much.
In a couple of minutes, you're gonna be one of the deadest men that ever lived.
Joe Thanks then urges him on with more My Name Is Nobody storytelling.
Somebody starts playing a funeral march on a bugle in the background.
Until he agrees and the classic showdown is on. Music and all. Joe Thanks then starts checking on Doc Foster's horse first, before getting on with the fight.
You're a horse, Doc? Stand out and stop acting like a booby.
So Doc Foster shoots this water pipe, soaking wacky Terence Hill for his shenanigans. He just wants to have a shootout already. No wackiness.
Okay, the clown.
He's Klaus Kinski. He has no sense of humor. Joe Thanks then gives Doc Foster's horse a drink.
Oh, poor critter was thirsty.
Tells Doc Foster to start the fight anytime he's ready.
You shoot when you feel like it.
Go right ahead, buddy. Even though his back is turned to him right now. So Doc Foster says fuck it and goes for his gun anyway. When this happens. That was it, folks. The weirdest, most unexplained thing I've ever seen in these movies. Even everyone else in the movie can't figure this one out. So his gun is sentient? Has a mind of its own? We just saw it jump back into its holster on its own. It means it jumped out on its own, fired at least twice because it shot the gun out of his hand and the hat off his head, and then jumped back into his holster while he was still giving the horse a drink the whole time. He's magical, folks. What the fuck just happened? He's that fast, I guess. The gun needs to catch up with him. Sure, fine, whatever. How he really did that will always remain a mystery. It's up for you, the viewer, to decide. Perhaps he tapped into a hidden force that all humans have. Who knows? But again, no, it's still my favorite scene of all the nonsensical shit that I've seen in movies like this. So I guess the show is over, Doc Foster, and you lose. Joe Thanks even uses Doc Foster's hat, which is still on the ground, to collect any donations that the local townsfolk would like to give him for that little show he just put on.
Did you like the show? Good. That makes me happy. If you be so kind, folks, whatever you can afford, right in the hat.
Ah, it's just like the Renaissance Fair. Shit, I didn't bring any cash. Sorry, buddy. Next year, I swear. I swear to fuck, I'll bring some money next time. I feel so bad. That was awesome, though. You do deserve your money. Give it to him, folks. And Terence Hill is such a nice guy that he even gives Doc Foster his cut.
This is for your collaboration.
His collaboration, I like that. Yeah, your collaboration. So then this stagecoach rolls into town with this dude, Colonel Pembroke, and his ditzy ass daughter, who's never seen the Wild West before.
The Wild West.
Colonel Pembroke is stopping off here for the night, on his way to the very same fort where Major Cabot is staying.
Major Cabot might at least have sent someone to meet me.
That very same major who wants to kill all the Indians and take all their land away from them. That is, whatever land they have left at this point.
Nowadays, you gotta have a practical excuse for killing Indians, like what Major Cabot had.
And in another My Name is Nobody connection, the actor playing the bearded Colonel Pembroke is Gene Marsh. He played the main villain in My Name is Nobody.
The ore that comes out of this mine has got to be refined legally.
So anyway, once in his hotel room, Colonel Pembroke receives a visit from Doc Foster. At gunpoint, too.
She was just a child. You hear me? I'm a child.
Because he's here to kill his ass for fucking over his sister, apparently.
It's my sister. You raped her.
And has got him right by the beard now.
You ravished my only little sister, do you hear?
That's when Joe Thanks comes in from the window to save Colonel Pembroke from crazy-ass Klaus Kinski and his weird friggin' voiceover.
You broke her heart!
And he's also fascinated by the Colonel's beard and just has to grab onto it too.
Yeah, that's the key to it all.
The key to it all, huh? The Colonel's beard.
Hey, you listen now. This ain't none of your business.
Joe Thanks then picks up Doc Foster and tosses him right out the window, who lands balls first onto his horse that takes off in a jiffy, with a now spread eagle Klaus Kinski on it. Goodbye forever, Klaus Kinski, and I mean it. That's the last we see of his character. Joe Thanks then reads Colonel Pembroke's palm and warns him not to try to make it to Major Cabot at the fort because he'll be ambushed and killed somewhere along the way.
Death lies in ambush, decked out like an Injun. Don't try to join Major Cabot. You'll never get there alive.
Which the Colonel thinks is crazy, of course.
You're a maniac too, aren't you, boy?
Read all that in his palm, huh, Terence Hill? Terence Hill even suggested to the Colonel that you let him dress up a friend of his as him to go in his place to the fort instead, so he won't get killed.
A friend of mine's got red whiskers just like yours, Colonel. Fake, but you can never tell. We could send him ahead to reconnoiter with your uniform on.
Just don't go yourself, or you'll be killed.
But don't try to go to the fort yourself, because you'll get killed.
Terence Hill knows the future, remember? He's magical. Just like in My Name is Nobody. Joe Thanks then escapes out the window and right into the Colonel's daughter's room, who's just tickled pink to meet a real-life bandit. And one as good-looking as Terence Hill. Yeah.
You don't look the least little bit like those ruffians on the wanted posters.
And demands that you make out with her so she can brag about it to her friends, or else she's gonna scream her head off.
Kiss me or I'll scream!
So, given no choice, Terence Hill makes out with her, then suffocates her into passing out so he can escape, and leave the blame on this guy. It's wacky! Then dives head first out the window, right into the back of this Indian's wagon. Holy hot shit. So cut to that friend that Joe Thanks was just talking about. The one who he was volunteering to pose as the Colonel, so that he wouldn't get killed.
A friend of mine's got red whiskers just like yours, Colonel. Fake, but you can never tell.
Only he's dressed up as a monk right now, because he just robbed a church, and a posse, being led by the church's priest, is chasing after him. Only he has a plan, and switches out the loot with this bag, sending the other one across the river to his partner, Lucy, cause they're the two partners. So when he's finally caught, all he has is a bag of chickens. Waka waka, bang bang, and they go everywhere. Oh boy. So now they just think they got the wrong guy.
My God, we caught the wrong man.
And just leave as he peels off his fake beard. It was a success. They stole a bunch of chalices from a house of God. Boy, if Kane from Kung Fu knew that shit happened, he'd be all over your ass.
Chalice. Only one way to get it.
So cut to this weird ass whorehouse with rotating love seats and a tunnel of love where they try to sell off one of those chalices. Stephen Wright of the Old West then pays Lucy for a ride together in the rotating Tunnel of Love. And she accepts too. Only when she exits the Tunnel of Love, Stephen Wright of the Old West has transformed into Terence Hill somehow. And Lucy is making out with him, of course. Which this guy isn't too happy with. That's his chick, I think. Even though they all actually know each other. They're friends. And we finally get to find out his name.
Howdy, steam engine.
It's Bill, only everyone just calls him Steam Engine. Yeah, another weird spaghetti western name. Steam Engine and Jelly Roll. They're cops of the Old West. So, since Lucy's really into Terence Hill, Steam Engine at least offers to sell her to him. Yeah.
If you want her, name your price.
Which she begs him to do.
Name your price, Joe. Please.
I don't blame her there, folks. Only no time for that right now. Because Terence Hill has turned in Steam Engine for stealing those chalices.
There he is. That's him.
With a bullshit story about how Steam Engine was so overcome with guilt for what he did to the church that the Lord shined down upon him and he returned the chalices.
His noble gesture would have remained unknown had it not been for the testimony of this good Christian soul.
Just so everyone in the saloon would be charitable and feel bad for him and give him a bunch of handouts. So everybody's happy, I guess. So cut to later, as the three of them now ride this private railroad car. Joe Thangston wakes up just to tell everyone one of his elaborate dreams again.
Hey, I've been dreaming a weird kind of dream.
In this one, Steam Engine's father, an Indian chief, was looking for his ass.
It's your old man, and he's looking for you.
Only unfortunately, Steam Engine seems to resent his Indian side, since apparently his mother was white.
I'm a white man. I got a sunburned face, but you can always tell a white man by the color of his ass.
So what? Black, white, red? What difference does it make? We're all somebody's children.
We also get to find out where he got that nickname, Steam Engine.
And you know why they call me Steam Engine? Because one day I got fed up with city society and I jumped the train and I ditched the whole crowd.
Well, okay then. I'm all for ditching society to do your own thing. And it's right about then that the railroad that they're riding on comes to an end, since it's not finished yet, literally. So they all jump off just in the nick of time. Except for Clara Clayton. She was still on it and got killed. Oh well, guess we're gonna have to name the ravine after her. Billy Crystal too. He was also killed in that tragic crash. Clayton Crystal's Ravine. And all right in front of this leprechaun and the rest of his fellow employees of the Western Railroad Company, who are all packing up and leaving since the railroad screwed them over.
We're looking for a new job. The company left us high and dry and we're skedaddling out of here right now.
Which is why the track isn't finished. They ran out of track, so the track stops here. And so do they.
This here's the end of the Western Railroad Company.
So now alone at this abandoned railroad outpost,
I'd screw this whole goddamn country. Son of a chief shouldn't fly off the handle like that.
the genius makes these two an offer. An offer to be his partners.
You want to go into partnership with me?
Two partners.
A three-way partnership.
Not that kind of partnership, Lucy.
To go into business together to screw over a dupe named Major Cabot.
Man called Major Cabot.
Cabot. The Indian killing douchebag that Colonel Pembroke was going to meet.
Major Cabot might at least have sent someone to meet me.
And the same Major Cabot that this dead idiot was in cahoots with.
You've been chewing the fat with Major Cabot.
So this Major Cabot must be quite the character. Can't wait to meet his ass. Cabot. So, according to Joe Thanks, Major Cabot has $300,000 in cash that he wants to steal from him.
That's the amount the Major kept instead of turning it over to the engine agency.
Because he was supposed to hand it over to the Indians. It was their money. You know, instead of killing them. The money belongs to the Indians and he stole it pretty much. So now Terence Hill wants to steal it from him. And wants Steam Engine to help by dressing up as Colonel Pembroke with the beard. And Lucy will pose as his daughter. So they can infiltrate the fort and convince Major Cabot that he is Colonel Pembroke. Then they're interrupted when Steam Engine's sharp as hell Indian listening skills can hear a stagecoach coming in. And and knows exactly how many people are chasing after it.
How many riders?
4.
Engines?
No, the horses are shot.
Joe Thanks even already knows that it's Colonel Pembroke riding the stagecoach.
They're shooting at a colonel with a red beard.
And is about to be killed, and what do you know? He was 100% right. The stagecoach flips over, and a now shot Colonel Pembroke flops out to the ground. See? Just like Terence Hill said.
Death lies in ambush, decked out like an engine. Don't try to join Major Cabot. You'll never get there alive.
The man is a prophet. That's why he hides with Lucy when the 4 bandits who shot Colonel Pembroke show the hell up.
But where are the 4 riders?
Just like the dudes in the beginning, they're using arrows so they can frame the Colonel's death on the Indians. And now they want to kill Steam Engine for being a witness.
I'm sorry, Bill. You shouldn't have seen what you just saw.
Even though they used to know him, he begs this guy, Mortimer.
For God's sake, Mortimer. For the sake of the old days when we worked together, side by side. Remember.
Even spit shines his boots for him. Mortimer, the actor anyway, once again appeared in My Name is Nobody as a completely different character. So Mortimer and these 3 idiots all worked for good old Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll hates you, huh? For even thinking about such an idea.
Remember him? You can't forget a guy like that. You can't forget a guy named Jelly Roll. Yeah, we're not done with that guy by far. So Lucy's forced to run out and beg for Steam Engine's life by pretending to be his sister.
He's my brother.
They then tell her to strip for their amusement. That is, if she wants her steam engine of a brother to live.
Be a good girl. Ring up the curtain.
Say, if you want to save your brother's life and make us all happy, you're going to have to split yourself into 4.
So she starts to. Only, there's no way Terence Hill is just going to stand around and let that happen. So he intervenes.
Stop! Don't you lay a hand on my girl.
Christ, how many are you back there?
Only, Lucy has no problem stripping for these strangers as a distraction, so that when Joe Thanks takes off his gun belt, he can kick it over to Steam Engine, who shoots all of them dead, except for Mortimer, who manages to get away because apparently Steam Engine can't hit a moving target.
You learn to shoot in a circus. You can't hit anything but a sitting target.
They then go over to a dying Colonel Pembroke, so Joe Thanks can pretty much say, "I told you so."
I told you.
And he did.
Death lies in ambush, decked out like an engine. Don't try to join Major Cabot. You'll never get there alive.
He really did.
But don't try to go to the fort yourself, because you'll get killed.
He called his death and even warned him about it.
But you had to have it your own way.
And can you guess what Colonel Pembroke's dying wish is?
Don't let me die like this. Not knowing.
What, Colonel?
Why do you all keep pulling my beard?
Good one, Colonel. May you and your glorious beard rest in peace. So they watch as Mortimer rides the hell off to go tell Jelly Roll that Colonel Pembroke is dead.
He's going to Jelly Roll. What's this Jelly Roll line?
So cut to Jelly Roll. Let's see how he's doing at Jelly Roll's place, where the genius and his 2 partners find Jelly Roll. And Mortimer, where Jelly Roll is kind enough to show Steam Engine how to hit a moving target. Bang! So there. Now Mortimer is dead, and only the 4 of them know that Colonel Pembroke is dead. Which Terence Hill responds to in a totally different voiceover.
It's a pleasure to do business with a man who catches on so fast.
That was weird. So that's when they put their plan into action and dress Steam Engine up to look like the late Colonel Pembroke. Beard and all, because we know he has that fake beard. We saw him peel it off earlier. They even have him practice a speech.
We're not ordinary people, Major Cabot. We're Americans.
So cut to the next morning. Go time as they rehearse the plan.
We're not ordinary people, Major Cabot. We're Americans.
You're Colonel Pembroke now, Steam Engine, and Lucy is your daughter. Get into the fort, convince them that you're Colonel Pembroke, locate and steal that $300,000, then get to the meeting place where Joe Thanks will be waiting for you. Unless, of course, you have to have an escort, which in that case, Joe Thanks will just have to hold up the stagecoach. Then, once they have all the money, they can all retire in the tropics and live happily ever after.
And live happily forever after on a beach in the Sandwich Islands.
So they take off and head to the fort. Halfway there, Joe Thanks parts ways and takes off with these Indians.
Bill, this is where I get off.
Good luck, Colonel Pembroke.
Leaving fake Colonel Pembroke and his fake daughter to finish the journey on their own. Which they do and arrive safely at the fort, where we finally get to meet Major Cabot, the man himself, and he's being played by Patrick McGoohan. And besides the prisoner and all the Columbo episodes I saw him on, he was also the King of England in Braveheart, and he was the warden in Escape from Alcatraz. He always plays a dick, the villain, just like here. He's so evil and loves killing off the Indians, apparently.
I am Major Cabot.
We're not ordinary people, Major Cabot.
Later.
So after meeting Colonel Pembroke, he escorts him to his quarters. I guess he fell for it already, where Steam Engine gets to use his favorite part of that speech that he memorized.
We're just ordinary people.
We're not ordinary people, Major Cabot. We're Americans.
The Major then offers him a cigar and then purposely lights his fake beard on fire. I told you he's always a dick, because he already knows that Colonel Pembroke isn't the real Colonel Pembroke. And his daughter, too. Because this also isn't your real quarters either. It's a prison cell. And now you're caught. Well, that was all for naught. I wonder how he knew.
It's all over, Bill. They got you by the short hairs.
Jelly Roll, that's how. He's here too, and apparently has double-crossed you.
Why do you trust me all of a sudden?
Steam Engine, and has informed the Major about your little plan. Fucking Jelly Roll, working for Patrick McGoohan the whole time. I would never trust a guy named Jelly Roll. The Major then asks about Steam Engine's partner, Joe Thanks.
What did Jelly Roll say he'd call himself?
Joe Thanks.
And I love how these weird names annoy Patrick McGoohan.
Joe Thanks.
The names these people have.
Because now Patrick McGoohan wants you to find this Joe Thanks character too, and bring him straight to his office, right over here.
I want him in my office immediately.
So his general heads off to do that as the Major heads into his office to find Joe Thanks already in there. What do you know? Napping, of course. Only he doesn't know this is Joe Thanks. The Major then demands to know why the hell he's in his office.
What are you doing here?
So Terence Hill goes into another nobody-esque speech again.
A baby buzzard with a hooked beak. Tick, tick, tick. He sticks out his pink green neck, then his bare big toe.
There was this little birdie who didn't even know how to fly yet. He starts going like crazy because he's damn nearly freezing.
Majestic mama buzzard, like any lovely kid's mother.
Really, he's clearly the same guy. I love this speech too, just like any other one. Only Major Patrick McGoohan isn't in the mood for any Terence Hill wacky shenanigans.
Young man, I know that the desert sun sometimes affects the brain.
Like Klaus Kinski, Patrick McGoohan has no sense of humor. And this whole scene between Patrick McGoohan's character and Terence Hill's character is pure comic gold, in my opinion.
Watches over his baby so nothing will disturb the little one while he munches the tender, rotten meat.
I love how Patrick McGoohan plays it straight the whole time and just can't understand this guy. It's like watching Michael Caine act with the Muppets just as well as he does with real people. Joe Thanks then goes on about how the railroad keeps dynamiting the caves that he lives in.
All of a sudden, boom!
And it's killing all the buzzards that live in there too. His bird friends.
Papa Buzzard weeps in the heavens, weeps for his murdered mate, weeps for his murdered baby. Boom! All dead. Papas, mamas, the helpless little ones.
And wants the Major here to put a stop to it.
I sleep in a cave right under Red Rock. You gotta tell him to stop, Major.
The Major then kicks him out of his office.
Now get out of here!
And when Joe Thanks leaves, he leaves a big stain on his chair. It's now stained in gold dust, meaning those caves with the buzzards where he sleeps have gold in them. And he doesn't seem to know.
Did you mention your admirable concern for the buzzard to anyone else?
So he has Joe Thanks thrown into prison too, now that he has this information.
What?
And in a cell right next to, guess who? His two partners.
You know what I'd do to him if I had him here right now? I'd tear off his head and eat it like this.
Go right ahead, just don't ruin your dentures.
They're all together again, where he's bathing fully dressed. That's so Trinity of him. But don't worry, folks. This is all part of Terence Hill, the genius's plan.
Can't you see the whole thing's working out just the way we planned?
Oh, is it?
It's like playing pool, Bill. The ball banks off the third cushion, hits another ball, and drives it right into the hole.
So cut to Major Cabot, who explores those Indian-owned caves, the ones Joe Thanks was talking about. That's where the Major discovers that these caves indeed are a gold hotspot.
You can find pure gold.
All thanks to that idiot Joe Thanks staining his chair in his office.
The same as I found on that chair, had it tested.
With gold dust, because clearly he's unaware that there's actually gold here. Only now the Major knows and intends on acquiring these caves any way he can. And they might get their chance sooner than they thought, because when they go to leave, they're surrounded by Indians, where they go and talk to their chief elder and try to make a deal for this land. A crooked deal, no doubt.
This useless piece of sand.
The chief even agrees to sign a treaty, only he doesn't like Major Cabot, and will only deal with Colonel Pembroke.
He says he will only deal with the colonel who just came to the port, and not with a son of a bitch like you.
So the Major agrees to let him meet Colonel Pembroke, because he claims he's never actually met Colonel Pembroke.
He says he's never met him, he knows him only by reputation.
Which is bullshit. He did meet him briefly. So cut back to the fort for steam engines hanging. Lucy too. Only nope, you get to be Colonel Pembroke again, because now we need your ass.
Come on. This way.
I think he's fine. Just fine.
So then cut to Joe Thanks, who uses card tricks to escape from this idiot, fat old Skippy Henderson. Seriously.
If I could do that at a poker game.
There it is, yeah!
Joe Thanks then takes off and blends in with this group of new recruits for the 5th Cavalry, where the sergeant confiscates his gun and doesn't seem to remember him.
We know each other. No, sir. I don't think we come from the same part of the country.
So now he's a member of the 5th Cavalry.
Because I'm a soldier of the 5th Cavalry.
That was easy. You know, it was just as easy when he joined the Foreign Legion in the movie March or Die. And he takes all the abuse too.
No, sir. Why not? Because I'm a soldier of the 5th Cavalry.
He then tries sneaking off as they march away, only to be spotted and then suddenly remembered by the sergeant.
I know him!
So the chase is on. A wacky chase of Olympic-style hurdling, where, to escape, he climbs this telegraph pole. This is my favorite scene of the movie, right next to that sentient gunship. It's the core of the film. Now where the hell you gonna go? And I love what he tells them when they demand that he get his ass down here.
Come down here! No, I want to be free!
No, I want to be free!
I'm afraid you're going to beat me!
The Major doesn't like prisoners to escape.
No, I want to be free! I don't care about the 5th Cavalry!
I want to be free like a buzzard. I want to be free.
I don't care about the 5th Cavalry. I want to be free like a buzzard. I love it. He loves those buzzards. I'm with you, Terence Hill. I want to be free too, like a buzzard. It's shit like this that makes these Terence Hill characters so great. I can't get enough of it.
He's crazy! Saw it down!
So eventually they're forced to just saw the pole down with him still on it, since he won't come down. So he falls into a bucket of apples and is now caught. But not for long, as they take him off to solitary confinement. Only before he's even in the room, he uses his Terence Hill acrobatic skills to catapult himself over the wall. Well, thank God those 2 gymnastic bars were there. And alley-oopies over the wall. And free! Like a buzzard!
I want to be free like a buzzard.
But only for a few seconds, as the sergeant orders his men to go after him. But no need, because he comes crashing right back in on his own. With 2 horses pulling a cannon, which he threatens to fire right at the ammunition wagon.
Don't you see that cannon's pointed right at the ammunition wagon?
So they do exactly what he says. Since the reason that he came back into fort immediately after escaping was because he forgot his hat.
I'm sorry, I forgot my hat.
Which he has the general use to take up a cash collection for him.
Whatever you can afford, boys. Just put it in the hat.
He also makes them give him his gun back.
Not too tight, eh?
Everything's coming up Joe Thanks. After that, he sucker punches that dickhead general.
Don't forget, you're a soldier of the 5th Cavalry.
then blows the fort door off with the cannon, and hauls ass the hell out of it. Bravo, Terence Hill, bravo! You put on one hell of a show. Oh, you're here still. Thanks for that, Crispin. So cut to a pissed that shit just happened Major Cabot, who is now with the general at that meeting with the Indians to make that crooked land deal. And when the Indians arrive, Steam Engine is shocked to see that it's that very same Indian that he already met.
But this old man knows me very well.
However, he doesn't seem to remember it. For some reason.
The chief says that
I heard him. I'm not deaf. You can understand him? How's that? I'm a lip reader.
And is more than willing to make a deal now that bogus Colonel Pembroke is here. So they do. The Major signs the treaty and is now a happy man, now that he's cheated the Indians out of their gold-rich mountains, only to find out that it's he who's been cheated when that head Indian asked him why he wanted those mountains in the first place, since the gold in there is nothing but fool's gold.
He wants to know why you're giving him all this nice hunting ground for a hole in the rock full of nothing but fool's gold.
So, wah wah. You just got Terence Hill, Patrick McGowan. So cut back to the fort, so Jelly Roll can explain what happened.
It's gold, but what the hell? Anybody can buy a little gold dust.
Because yeah, Joe Thanks Nobody tricked your ass into believing that there was real gold in those mountains with that whole wacky office visit of his.
And that Joe Thanks, he was the other partner. When all the time you had him locked up in the next room.
Terence Hill is in cahoots with the Indians and wants them to keep their land.
All he wanted to do was to give the land back to the Indians.
Indians! You're right. That fella's got a thing about Indians.
Just another reason to love the man. So now the Major wants Steam Engine to double-cross Joe Thanks.
When do you want me to betray, Major?
Simply by continuing to go along with Joe Thanks' plan. By taking that $300,000 and returning it with the Major and his cavalry as escort, which is exactly what they do.
Will you grant me the privilege of escorting you as far as Albuquerque, sir?
And if I don't?
That's very kind of you, sir.
Only there's a twist. Since, of course, the Major doesn't really want to return that $300,000 or have it stolen, he sets up a ringer. So when they're held up by Terence Hill along the way, like they know they're going to be, because it was all in Terence Hill's plan, they'll just give him this fake bag of $300,000.
He is going to get this.
So they take off, and, just as planned, Joe Thanks comes charging in, on horseback, yelling his ass off.
They want to kill Colonel Pembroke!
Only it's him who's gonna kill the Colonel, unless the Major orders off his men and gives him that $300,000.
I will give that order.
So the Major does what he says, and gives him that ringer.
Thanks.
Joe Thanks then takes off, only has decided to take the Major along as a hostage.
I'm only a Major. He's the Colonel.
Steam Engine then sends the cavalry escort after them, so he can take off with the stagecoach, Lucy, and the real $300,000. So cut over to Joe Thanks and the Major, where Joe Thanks discovers that his $300,000 is fake.
Surprise.
Then, when he finds out that the real money is on that stagecoach with Steam Engine, he takes off after him. So cut to Steam Engine, hauling ass across the American West. For real this time. That's rare in spaghetti westerns, but that's clearly Monument Valley, and not Almeria, Spain for a change. Throughout the whole movie too. They filmed this in the US. Most spaghetti westerns weren't filmed in the US. And if you listen, Ennio Morricone intertwined some classical music again. That Beethoven maybe, I think, I don't know. He did that in My Name is Nobody too. Joe Thanks then gets far enough ahead of the stagecoach that he's able to shoot off the bar, connecting the stagecoach to the horses. Steam Engine then takes the loot and does that classic Western movie stunt trope of jumping across the moving stagecoach from horse to horse until he gets to the front one, detaches it from the rest, and takes the hell off. As the stagecoach comes to a rolling stop with Lucy still inside, as Joe Thanks races by after Steam Engine. Lucy then grabs one of those loose horses and joins in the chase. Then, with another perfect shot, Joe Thanks shoots the saddle off Steam Engine's horse, pow, tossing him to the ground. They try to shoot it out, only run out of bullets. So the chase is on, foot this time, across the burning hut desert, where they see this lost tourist looking for his family. It's wacky, real wacky. So they run all the way to the Western Railroad Company. The same ones who ran out of track and got screwed over earlier by the railroad. Only now they're back and up and running again, I guess. Leprechaun guy and all. So ramp up the wacky. It's the finale, folks. And they're about to blow this entire mountain to Kingdom Come, to make way for the Great Western Railroad. So they light the fuse. Only Joe Thanks and Steam Engine don't care. It's all about the money, so they keep shooting it out. Right into that very mountain that's about to be blown up. It's right about then that Lucy arrives, only to be held back by the railroad workers, which is when the Major arrives, just in time to see the grand finale. And kaboom it! Wow, folks, I must say, that explosion was impressive, because you know there was no CGI back then, but it almost looks like there is. They blew up a fucking mountain for this movie. Shit. But I also guess that means that Terence Hill and Steam Engine are dead. There ain't no way to survive that shit. It's only logical in a movie with a sentient gun. And would you look at Major Cabot? Ha! He's all covered in dirt now from the explosion, and got to witness his $300,000 of stolen money blow the hell up.
$300,000 gone up in smoke.
So he lost the money, and now he owns a useless mountain with fool's gold in it. Patrick McGoohan has been officially and fully fucked over by Terence Hill, who he now believes blew up along with Steam Engine, meaning that's the last time we'll ever see his character. No joke, the villain gets to live in this one. It's wacky, just like in My Name is Nobody. The main villain doesn't get killed. However, in an odd twist, the actor who played the main villain in My Name is Nobody did get killed in this. He was Colonel Pembroke, who, after further investigation, makes me start to wonder, was Colonel Pembroke actually the dupe and not Patrick McGoohan? That might actually make more sense, now that I think about it. Whoopsie! Whatever, they're both dead and Lucy's on her own now. The end! Of course not. They're totally fine.
What the fuck?
Oh, calm down, Crispin number 3. You knew they were gonna be okay.
Yeah, I did.
They come wandering out of this mine shaft without a scratch on them, money bag and all, and Lucy finds them too. Thank God the Major must have just took the hell off and missed them stumbling out. So now Steam Engine wants some answers.
What the hell's going on?
So he gets them.
Whole thing's working out just the way we planned.
This was all part of Terence Hill's plan the entire time, and it all worked perfectly. Every single part of it worked perfectly because he is a genius. It was a huge, elaborate sting operation, a big setup, and everyone was in on it. That's when they all show up from behind this rock to come get their cut from Terence Hill, just like in the Sting.
Is this the pay office? Sure, this is it. Get in line, boys.
Like all the railroad workers who blew up that mountain for him. All part of the plan.
I want to thank you for giving us the job of blasting a hole through that rock.
Then even Jelly Roll. Yeah!
Beautiful piece of work, Joe. Really beautiful.
All part of the plan. The entire time.
Here you are, Jelly Roll.
They even hinted to it.
I think he's fine.
So do I. I think he's fine.
Just fine.
Jelly Roll was working with Joe Thanks the whole time, I guess. The rest of the cash is then divided into 3 equal piles. 1 for the genius and 2 for his partners. Then comes the true message of the film. The lesson that Steam Engine learned. That just because you're the love child of John C. Reilly and Randall Tex Cobb doesn't make you any worse than the average Joe Thanks out walking the streets. But seriously, it was never about money.
There are times in life when you think money's the most important thing that there is.
It was about the friendship and the adventure along the way and the bond they formed with one another.
But once you get it, maybe you wish you didn't have it.
Love and humor. Never take yourself too seriously. Money doesn't mean shit. The true message that Terence Hill brings to all his characters. So Terence Hill puts all the money back in the case. It was originally supposed to go to the Indians anyway, right? Who Terence Hill loves. As much as he loves those free buzzards.
I want to be free like a buzzard.
He then reminds them of that dream he had again. which starts coming true right then and there.
In the blue sky, a hawk glides wide and easy.
Which is when that chief Indian reappears. And with his whole posse too. Where Joe Thanks returns the $300,000 to its rightful owners, the Indians. And being part Indian, Steam Engine decides to stay with them, along with Lucy.
We're gonna screw America.
And run wild across the American West, causing shit. That old man Chief Indian was actually Steam Engine's dad, I think?
He stays. He represents the past.
Pretty sure. Joe Thanks then goes right back to what he was doing before, taking a nap in a random spot, because that's what he does. Nothing's gonna tie him down, because he's free, like a buzzard. So, now free and on his own again, nobody finally decides to bathe, while catching his dinner at the same time, using this fly as bait. And it works, of course, as this dude in the shore watches him do this, with quiet puzzlement. And, hey, that's Henry Fonda! As Jack Beauregard, nobody's childhood hero. Wow, a huge inspiration in his life. Wait a minute, this is the beginning of My Name is Nobody, which means we've come full circle, folks, in the My Name is Nobody universe. In my opinion, of course. And that was it. That was a genius, two partners, and a dupe. Or Nobody is the Greatest, if you're in Germany. Which is the title I prefer myself. Which leads me into my final thoughts on another Terence Hill masterpiece. So yeah, I see this as a prequel to My Name is Nobody, and think it's just great. It was a well-written comedy with wacky but good character development. I love Terence Hill in this movie. He is nobody. If you know these movies, you know this. Even though he's playing Joe Thanks. I still love that office scene with him and Patrick McGoohan. As stupid as it sounds, I love hearing him go on about saving all the buzzards in those caves.
Majestic Mama Buzzard, like any lovely kid's mother.
I can't get enough of that chase at the fort. He climbs that telegraph pole and goes on about wanting to be free like a buzzard.
I want to be free like a buzzard.
It fills me with joy every single time I see it. When I'm feeling down, all I have to do is watch Terence Hill climb a telegraph pole, so he can be as free as a buzzard. So thank you again, Terence Hill, and the creators of this movie. It's a lost gem with a good message. But to close it all up, they certainly wasted KLAUS Kinski in this, didn't they? He was barely in it.
My sister, you raped her.
And that voiceover, damn.
You ravished my only little sister, do you hear?
I think it's the only comedy I've ever seen in it. And with that, I'll shut the hell up about how great I think this film is. Because most people probably wouldn't agree with me anyway. Unless you watch this all the way through maybe. So a big thanks again to all of my subscribers and leavers of comments. Adios for now, folks, and I'll see you at the theater. Crispin, you were very quiet.
I know. I didn't want to be a bother. I was too busy thinking about pancakes anyway.
Pancakes? Alright, Crispin, let's go.
I want to be free like a buzzard.